here. Uh-oh. There we go. Now,
Can you do it this way?
yeah, you can. Yeah, but you do it through here. Well, it's okay.
Turn it again.
Turn it again.
Upside down. Turn it the other way.
Well, see, this has to be. We'd have to turn the camera because yeah, it's set up for the camera to be. Yeah, there you go.
They can hear you. No eyes on there yet. They pointed at the stage. No. Sure, whoever's in there. Over here. I get it.
Nathan. Don't open it in the house. Just listen.
He wants to interview me.
Faltan todavía confesiones más agresivas. Mira, déjame.
Hey, qué guata. Nice to meet you.
Gilberto Leon here. I'm down here for Canelo. Crawford ready to one of the legendary boxing referees campaign. Part of many all of the ones that
Well, believe it or not, this is the first fight that I've covered. But as far as individual fighting, they became somewhat familiar because of the height, all the excitement, and everything that goes in circles around the fight itself. Well, I see two scenarios. This fight is, to me, it's a pick-up fight. Anybody of how they train, how they prepare, could make the difference in the outcome fight. I believe that if the fight goes the distance, it favors Crawford. TKO, it favors TKO.
specifically around Mayweather, Canelo, when you think about the referee that's going to be in the ring with those two fighters, what could you tell the referee? What word of advice?
Well, I would just tell him that this group of people that has gotten you to this point. When you're selected to do a fight of this magnitude, your work previously had to be spot on. That's why you were selected. So, for me, speaking with a referee that's coming to doing the fight, just keep what you've been doing. What you've done, got you here, that's what you're doing.
Which one of your favorite memories of the 5 week or just the final two?
The fight of the season, the fight that I had with Floyd Mayweather. It was an exciting time for me. I can describe that took place the week prior to the fight, and the actual moment that I had to step in the ring and do my job in executing the fight.
Now, can you talk to us about your transition now from the ring now to the media side of things? You mentioned you have a podcast for that first fight. What a big way to start, right? Crawford. Just talk to me about your podcast and that transition.
The podcast is called The Official Call. Me and Robert Bird, who's a retired referee like myself, is my co-host. And we got two excellent producers, Ms. Kelly and Mr. Hudson. And believe it or not, they were carrying it the whole way. Without them, I wouldn't be here. But it's been a beautiful match between us, and I'm just glad to be here, experiencing my second life.
All right, thank you so much, Ken. We'll see you all.
You bet.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, you bet. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
We're live on YouTube. Sorry. Hmm?
Did you see it? You won't laugh.
They can hear you.
Still up.
Gotta turn my. You can sit right here when you're ready. He gave you a shout out on the news. Channel 8. Starts. Exactly. Already put in your papers. No, that's not really showing what you ready to go.
So the boxes will come to the will then be available later or one-on-one? No, correct. Afterwards, I was interested in Leicester, Martinez, what we featured. Right on fast. So, and then eventually they brought him back for like break. They were little, like, it's like,
I'm sure it changes from 5 to 5.
Travis, You're right. Welcome to Fight Week, man. I know this is a huge stage for you. How's everything been like this week? Are you taking it all in?
It's amazing. This is really a dream come true. This is something I've dreamt of since I was a kid, and I'm ready for it.
That's awesome, man. Obviously, booked with Muhammad Al-Khel. So what are your thoughts on the booking with him? Obviously, he's making a short turnaround from his last fight.
I'm ready. I've seen the way he fights, and tomorrow night you're gonna get a show.
What did you make of his style from what you've seen and what from that last fight in Riyadh or in Saudi Arabia? Obviously, it was a quick night in the office for him.
He hasn't fought anybody really worth noticing or anybody really with skill. Tonight or tomorrow night, he's gonna get somebody with skill.
And obviously, unfortunately for you, obviously the last two have been decision losses. But for you,
I tried to go down to a weight class that I didn't belong at. I tried shrinking myself down, thinking I would be stronger and better, but that just wasn't the case. And now I'm back at 135, so I'm feeling as strong as ever.
and obviously with this being the stage as big as it is, so the world will be watching, obviously. So what statement do you want to set out in front of the many people that will be watching at the stadium and from home?
Sorry?
What statement do you want to set out in front of all the people that will be watching at the stadium and from home?
It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your record. And if you got a dream, you can achieve it.
And for someone like you, what's it like sharing the card with guys like Canelo and Terence Crawford?
For me, it's unbelievable. Coming from a small town in Corpus, growing up on a real bad side, it's really a dream come true, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm thankful to be here.
So vibe out in Corpus, man. We got some people traveling out. How's it like over there?
It's nice, it's beautiful, definitely somewhere to go look at if you've never been.
You have a lot of people coming down to Vegas for the fight?
I have my girlfriend, and that's about it.
Awesome. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We're trying some stuff. Okay. We have some time, so I'm taking advantage of it. What about on the other side? That's all. Oh, okay.
Oh, so you know what I thought was yours? Oh, cool. Why he was up there? Oh. Okay, the YouTube app. charge in chat.
It's pretty bad. I look good.
Sorry, keep going back and forth.
Copy and paste on your phone.
Squeeze it.
Just want to put it in the chat.
Nathan, kill away.
Can I go to my camera so I can take some pictures?
Yeah, get it. Just one thing. So you gotta leave it like this.
Okay.
It's just down here. Obviously a fascinating matchup between you and Canelo Alvarez this weekend, but when you look at the puzzle in front of you here, when you look at the puzzle, what do you perceive to be the bigger challenge? Is it overcoming his size or is it overcoming his ability as a boxer? Which is the bigger challenge to you?
I don't know what challenge that he's going to pose on me. We got to wait till fight night to see.
Do you think the size has been somewhat almost overplayed in the lead up to this fight? Everyone's acting like you're making this massive jump, which is true, it's a massive jump, but do you believe people are underestimating your technical ability in overcoming the size difference?
I think people is underestimating everything about me, you know, but it doesn't matter. You know, we got to fight here Saturday, and all the answers will be answered that night.
Is there almost some pleasure you can take in the fact that people are kind of counting you out, because then when you prove them wrong on Saturday, you get an extra bonus for being able to tell them at home? So.
Oh, it's going to be all right. It's going to be good. You know, I can't wait.
And last one from me, from the UFC world, Ilia Topuria says that if you guys ever boxed, he would knock you out based on the first punch.
That dude drunk, you know. Hey, you know, a lot of MMA guys, they drink a lot, so he must have been on that alcohol that day.
Terence, for the fight itself, if you were to force Canelo on the back foot, how do you think he'll deal with the guy of caliber just consistently pressuring him?
We shall see. You know, he's a professional. He got a lot of experience, and you know, I don't put it past him. It's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait.
I spoke about Bomac last night about this, but I want to ask you, do you feel like this whole scenery of Netflix, Legion, all that cool stuff, is you finally getting the recognition you deserve, the spotlight you deserve? Obviously the boxing world knows who you are, but we're talking people that may have never watched the sport tuning in to see you for the first time.
Well, you know, that ain't happened for a reason. You know, it ain't on my time, it's on God's time, and you know, the time's now, and I'm here, so I'm not gonna reminisce on the past. Living in the present, we here now, and we about to break, you know, record, do big numbers.
With you potentially winning this Saturday, not only you achieve greatness of getting those belts at Super Bowl, but you also edge yourself in the talks forever in history of the sport. So do you think about that, or is it just straight business till Saturday and you talk about stuff like that?
Well, I definitely think about it, but you know, keeping myself focused on the job at hand. You know, eat before my food is ready.
Hey Terence, this is the first time with Dana White crossing over to boxing. A lot of people have been talking about this. Have you felt any difference with his involvement around this fight, and do you think he can do great things going forward for boxing as he did for MMA?
Well, it's not just Dana, you know, it's Netflix as well. You know, this is a massive fight. It's talked about, you know, all over the world right now. You can't go to any site and not see Terence Crawford and Canelo being mentioned, talked about. So, you know, Dana, Turkey Al-Sheikh, Riyadh season, Netflix is doing a wonderful job promoting the fight.
Recently this week, you mentioned that podcast that you consider Cody Garbrandt to be the best boxer on the UFC. Other than Cody, do you see or do you know any other MMA fighter that you think has the capability to transition and have some sort of success in boxing?
There's a few other people, but you know, Cody's just one that always stuck out to me before we was even friends. You know, I looked at him and was like, man, this dude can box.
Your confidence has been like the major point when it comes to you with this fight. The division change, a lot of people are doubting your abilities. Does that ever get to you before the fight?
I don't know. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, what one, you know, think of me doesn't, you know, move me or any, you know, they can't fight for him, they can't fight for me. So, you know, their opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day in my eyes, or at least because I've been doubted my whole career, my whole life in boxing. So, you know, I've been told I would never be where I'm at now. I was told that, you know, I needed to get another job because I wasn't going to be world champion. So many things that I've been told in my life, I just feel like, okay, well, just watch me do it, you know, and with my self-belief in myself, you know, I don't care what nobody else say because I'm comfortable in my own skin.
And does that confidence allow you to give us a prediction for Saturday night?
A victory. I'm going to be victorious. Yes, and everybody's going to be talking about it on Sunday.
Terence. Terence Radio Ryan down here in the front. First of all, I want to thank you for doing all your media obligations and taking time to speak to us each day. In June, you were on Piers Morgan, and you said that you weren't 100% sure at that time that it would be Canelo. You were 70% sure. How sure are you today that you win this fight?
I'm 1,000% sure now. You know, you gotta think. You know, going into a fight, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, you can get injuries. He can get injuries. Like, there's so many things that goes on in a boxing match. You know, the judges, the ref, like just the preparation. So you're not 100% sure. If a fighter say, oh, I'm 1,000% sure, you know, they lying. You know, because you got to go out there and perform at the end of the day. And I'm more than ready to go out and perform this Saturday.
There's a lot been said about what's on the line Saturday night. You coming up 2 weight divisions, Canelo being the undisputed champion at 68. Is this a fight where you have nothing to lose? If you win, does that tarnish your legacy at all or take away from what you've done in the sport?
Not at all, not at all. You know, first and foremost, I'm definitely gonna win. I'm winning this fight for sure. But at the same time, I don't think losing tarnish me or Canelo's legacy. You know, I think Canelo is the first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, and I think that I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, you know, whether win, lose, or draw, both of us going in the Hall of Fame, and I think that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day, you know, to be named with all the great fighters that came before us, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for all that we've done in the sport of boxing.
And last one from me. When Canelo reacted to the picture that's gone viral of your physique, he said muscles don't matter. They don't mean anything.
At all.
And there's been some who look at the fight there's some who look at the fight at 154 against Makhachev and say that wasn't as impressive a performance as you might have liked to have given. How do you feel at this weight, carrying that muscle, and what do you say about your performance at 154 pounds?
Listen, like I said before, we're not going to. His last fight wasn't spectacular either. So, you know, one that's talking about my last performance, you know, let's talk about his last performance. So don't do that to me and say, oh, well, your last performance was this. And, you know, we got to talk about his last performance as well.
Thank you.
Hey, Terence, how are you? Joe Rodriguez from ESPN Health. You know, to be involved in these kind of events has a lot of rumors, and you already know that everybody, many people saying that. I don't know if the left one, the right one, or both, but someone says that you have some kind of problem in any one of your shoulders. Can you just clarify what is your position about those rumors?
Yeah, my shoulder messed up, everyone. You know, so don't tell Canelo. Maybe the right, maybe the left, but it's both of them. I'm having problems with my shoulders. Shh, keep that under wraps.
And finally, everybody say that Canelo is gonna be the favorite in the stadium. A lot of people supporting him. But what about Omaha? Do you feel many people from Omaha is coming to support you this weekend right here in the Allegiant Stadium?
For sure. I'm most certain that a lot of people from Omaha will be in attendance in a crowd. Of course, it's going to be a pro-Canelo crowd. It's Mexican Independence Day. You know, he's done great things and great numbers in Las Vegas. This is like a second home to him. So I'm looking forward to being an underdog. I'm already prepared for that. That's nothing that we're not prepared for. Anything that, you know, involves this fight, we already, you know, what's up. It's cool.
Hey, Terence, going back to Netflix for a second over here. How important is it that this magnitude of a fight is on that platform to bring regular fans in, to bring maybe people who aren't huge boxing fans into the sport, being on this kind of platform? I mean, how important is that?
It's very important because if you look at, you know, boxing back in the days, boxing was like the #1 sport, you know, in the U.S. before, you know, NBA and NFL took over. But the reason why was because it was on regular TV and more people can take notice of it. You know, when you was looking at all the mega fights back in the days, like Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, they was fighting on regular TV. So it's great to be able to be on Netflix, and it's great to have those people that don't have cable to be able to witness a fight like this.
Hey, Terence, over here on your left. Terence, on your left. Hey, you've talked a lot about needing to see what Canelo throws at you. How are you approaching adjustments during this fight? And how do you approach adjustments in any fight? Is it something you look at first round on?
No, it's just a feeling, you know. I'm an experienced fighter. I've been doing this since I was 7 years old. So, you know, once I get in there, you know, I'm gonna make my adjustments on the fight, and we're gonna go from there.
Hey, Terence, to your right. Thanks for doing this. You described the night you were shot in 2008 as a turning point in your life. What, if anything, still stays with you from that moment, and what does it mean to you today?
You said what?
You described, can you hear me? You described that the night you got shot in 2008 as a turning point in your life and your career. I'm just wondering if anything stays with you today from that.
Not at all.
Shoot.
Good. I would love to take congrats on finally making this top 5 box office game. If your model is so superior to mine, yeah, again, they're big houses. Where the Tiger commission, yeah, they were trying to tell everyone.
Okay, we can't prepare. I just got here now.
Well, but those are uniforms. Your Floyd Mayweather, they're kind of ultimate full-Friday guys. So we fight to be there. And then for Dana, we're going to share the panel. Dana, you sound like a Democrat. Talking about free healthcare, socialism, and what about Leia's fair free market capitalism? You can't have it both ways. You can't say you're on the same page. Dodge commercials, say in America. Can't do that.
Oh, this is you. That's it. But they might.
This is what I thought. As they get here is when they come out. There's no order or anything.
Oh, now you got the mic. Pull up the PDF for you.
This here?
Schedule.
I think he's had it.
We'll see him again tomorrow for the press conference. Thursday was the press conference. Tomorrow, right? Press conference 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I don't know which one I'm looking for. I got the paper one, but it don't show that. It just shows the main days.
Fernando Vargas? Haven't seen him. No. But just so I know, Lester's that capacity. I'll try to check on it.
All right, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Pull that up. It's gonna be one with look for one with like some kind of below it. Those will have more information. Attachment rather.
So when he goes, right, when he talks, can you turn it
to him?
Then back? So you might want to practice your moves.
Well, we're not doing anything with it. I mean, it's just the basic, because we can't zoom that in and out.
It's killing.
Because he showed me yesterday. I was up and down. I was tracking him, because I locked it on him. And it was just following him wherever he went. And just
Oh yeah, you could have locked the lock feature when you walk. Yeah. If you remember.
do it.
If you remember.
Do it.
Like the lock feature. Lock on.
Oh. Okay.
Who showed you?
Felix. I just got Felix. He's a camera op. He's really good. He's a DP. He's all that, right? But very opinionated, too. Most DPs are, though. That's one of the problems that I have with DPs. Everybody is so opinionated. And I'm like, do you understand that everybody has an opinion? Look, you guys ask you to do something a certain way. This is what I want.
Find a good DP, you gotta keep it. Yeah, they just all like that.
And editors are probably just as bad or worse.
Next is go ahead. I'm gonna go after you. Next, you want some questions? Yeah.
That you and Ed about that. I'm not a fan. Smile. Oh, there's oh, that's bad.
Oh, he's been there. It's still fucking white. It's like he's jealous.
Yeah. My partner.
shit, that doesn't look real. It's so much.
No, yeah, that, we are money too much. It's America right now. Yeah. In the pandemic, I was kind of trying to
Dang.
Yes. I think this kid has the next guy. With Canelo. I think he could be something. Mexican for Canelo. So actually medal. They never maybe switch to throwing south.
Still playing.
This might be the next guy.
Does it have? What does it got on it?
Cheese, tomato, chicken, vinaigrette.
Oh no. I knew it was something. I didn't know what it is. I got some meat shots. The only thing I hate. It's
Elijah.
I think I got some nice shit.
He's first up. He's first up. Okay.
Get the big picture. Between this and your guy.
Tomorrow, gotta be there by like 4, just to be safe. To be safe. 4. Press conference. 4. So we can set up. T-Mobile. I'm like, do I wanna? I feel like that's gonna be extra stuff. To live stream. A live stream from the camera tomorrow. And then this for BTS. Like a live stream. Because he got their computers on there. Like, dang, I would have put the computer.
But I can use my phone for BTS.
Yeah, you can still do this when we're not in the conference. So like when we walk around and do interviews after, we use this. And then actually like this. The quality's good. Tomorrow, it's just extra stuff to carry. It's like, I want to do that.
So, for a live stream, what cameras you gotta bring?
Same camera, you just gotta bring a laptop, HDMI, image capture device, and it's a large jack.
Up to you. I brought my computer, but that's all I
Use the
did.
one you got in the studio.
Yeah.
I use that one.
Mine for my studio. No.
Hey, do it. I could bring my little stool that like pops. Sit the laptop on that. Over there. And it's like this size. Spans. Then you could just tie it to. I'm just thinking about walking because the parking lot is pretty far from like
It's at a different location.
Yeah, like a half a block.
You know where we park here in Rockford?
You gotta park at the T-Mobile parking lot and then walk over.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm saying I'm considering. I know you would carry it.
I don't mind carrying whatever I carry. As long as it's not super heavy.
It's just gonna be cables.
It's just my lower back sometimes, but anything that I can put in here will be okay. Cause see this one, it gets to my back. I just grab the handle.
When can you go home and check XO before we go to the studio? Can you come right home?
Today, before we go to the studio? What time are we going to the studio?
After this, like 2:30.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
the adapter's at home.
You have to what?
So the adapter's at home. Let's see if I can find it.
So, because it's got to go from XLR to mini XLR, right?
Mini XLR male to
Right.
XLR female.
Right.
Cut the top in the back.
15 feet. Okay. Let me do I want to jump up there? Oh, that's him. That's the day. Oh, okay.
My brother.
Good to see you,
God
man.
bless you.
How's it going, legend? How you doing?
There he
Good to
is.
see you.
What's up, Junior?
How you doing?
Everything good?
Good to see you. Everything good.
Good to see you, baby.
Likewise.
Oh.
You said what? Okay.
Fernando, welcome to Fight Week. How's it feeling thus far, man? Are you taking it all in, or is it just straight business right now?
Which Fernando are you talking?
Both of you guys. Go ahead, man.
You know, it's something that I've lived my whole life. You know, Junior hasn't, so to me, it's a blessing to be able to guide him through it, and, you know, you're gonna be asking questions like this, like that. Sometimes you're gonna be dumb questions, and you're not gonna want to answer them. So, you know, everything he's going through, I've already been through, and so I'm just happy to be here every step of the way as a father and as his trainer. So I'm super excited for it.
It feels good for me being here, having my dad next to me. He's been here plenty of times. I mean, you guys have seen the biggest fights. Yodi Boy Campas, Raul Marquez, Ike Corte, Trinidad, Oscar. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, and it's something that I was around as a kid, just being at the press conferences, the energy at fights. So, having my dad guide me, he was, you know, an HBO fighter, top of the game, in a time where it was the hardest to become world champion and a fighter. My dad was respected by the whole world, you know. So definitely for this moment, it's helped me a lot to just take heed to my dad's instructions.
Obviously, you're no stranger to the big stages. The Vargas family is no stranger to these big stages with the spotlights around them. So when you talk to Junior, have you been able to tell him, like, hey man, here's some tips of, you know, how to thrive under the spotlight, and obviously because it doesn't get much bigger than Netflix.
I told him that when we come out of the dressing room, I'm gonna tell you, son, you're here. It doesn't get bigger than this, you know. And my son remembers the energy and the ambience, you know. So as a little kid, you know, on the shoulders of my cornerman. So it's something that, you know, he was made to do. He was born to fight, you know. And I don't want none of my kids to fight, but my compadre Frankie baby said in the past, he said, "Champ, you don't want your kids to fight?" I said, "No." And he says, "Okay, who's gonna tell your kids you can't be like your dad? Because I'm not gonna tell them. When they put it like that, what am I gonna say?" So I'm here every step of the way for all my boys, and I'm gonna be there to the end.
And when we talk about the opponent this weekend, Callum Walsh, we know obviously some people have seen him as a guy that has the relationship with Dana and UFC before this. So what did you make of the booking when it got announced, and what do you make of the style he brings to the fight, Junior?
You know, Callum is a game fighter. You know, I would call him an opponent. Let's give him his credit, you know. He's here, the A side favored, and I'm coming as B side. This is something that excites me. This is something that I've never felt before. Having my back against the wall, you know, usually we're the A side. And, you know, you don't see fighters nowadays putting their record on the line, 17-0, 14-0, you know, in a big stage like this. And, you know, I know these are the type of fights that make great fighters. And I feel you continue to raise the bar on, you know, my career, and I'm gonna continue to come out on top. You know, they said career was too much for me, my last fight. You know, he went the distance with Janabet. You know, he did this with Mugia. And, you know, I showed out. So I just felt I'm the better fighter all around. You know, we both hit hard. And, you know, he has the backing of Freddie Roach. He's a great fighter, but I feel I'm the better fighter.
You speak highly of his skills and what he brings to the table. And it's not every day we see two young undefeated guys go at it in this stage of their career. So do you think this is a fight where maybe potentially we see it running back down the line?
I mean, sure, why not? After I win, we could negotiate whatever the case is, but I'm just worried about Saturday. You know, it's here. And this is everything that I've worked hard for, and God doesn't make mistakes. So he, you know, has me here for a reason. I see a lot of people say, hey, this is not a good undercard. This is not this is not that. God doesn't make mistakes. It's my opportunity to show the 154-pound division that there's a new face that you got to start putting, you know, my name amongst with, you know, the Virgils, the Xanders, the Fondoras. I belong there.
For Fernando, we know some generations grew up watching you fight, I mean, throughout all the big fights you've been in, but maybe come this Saturday, maybe in the new demographics, to be able to see Junior for the first time, or starting to see his career unfold. So what's it like seeing the Vargas generation, you know, span across different generations?
It's like this. It's the greatest thing that I ever did in my life. Bigger than the championships, bigger than being HBO fighter, bigger than all that. I'm their father, and you know I didn't have that, so I'm everything that I didn't have to my kids. So you know I made a lot of mistakes because of that, because I was a young pops, not knowing nothing, not having an example to teach me. But praise God that God sent me a great woman, my wife, the beauty queen, and you know, through thick and thin, that woman never left my side. And there's no woman like my woman, and so I'm just blessed to be here with my kids, being able to guide them and tell them how this is gonna feel, walking out. You know, granted, what is it?
I don't know, like 60, 68, something like
60,
that.
70,000. Yeah, but you know, I walked out to 15,000. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. 20,000. So I'm excited for Junior. I'm thankful that I'm able to be there every step of the way with him, to guide him, and to be able to, you know, let him know what to expect, and it's just a blessing for me.
Sure, go ahead. Kenny Bayless from the Official Call.
Hey, come on, legend.
You know, I've been in the gym with you, watching you work out as a young kid, and you're doing great now. And my question is, after this fight, what direction do you plan to go?
You know, I plan on a world title. I mean, that's very, you know, near now. You know, of course, we have Callum in front of me. I'm not overlooking Callum, but everything opens for either fighter. You know, this is truly a 50-50 fight. Not worried about what people got to say on social media, you know, because most of them don't even box. So, you know, so they just don't know. And this is my opportunity. They don't know what I have. And I've been sparring the Terence Crawfords. I've been sparring the Kell Brooks, Carlos Adames. You know, the list goes on and on of all these world champions that I've worked with. And it's just like, they think that my dad is just babying us, guiding us, and, you know, oh, they haven't fought nobody. And we're just gonna continue to just show with our actions, you know, and my dad shows us dogs and sparring. So when a real fight comes, like Saturday, it's not gonna be like a deer in headlights. We're gonna be ready for the best Callum Walsh that's gonna present himself Saturday.
And it's like this, what did they say about me? Fernando, they fed him to the lions too quickly, right? But I still beat 5 world champions, right? And because I'm taking my time with my kids, oh yeah, they're only fighting pounds. The last guy, Korea, yeah, that's a real deal, vato.
And you had all of that laying right there in my fight. He lands a jab on my, or he lands a hook. You know, my blood crazy. They get emotional. So, you know, we understand what's at stake. I mean, it's my family's legacy. It's my dad's first and last name. I carry it. I mean, look, this pressure is on me, but I'm confident in my training. I did everything necessary, Dad. You know, I did everything necessary, sparring, Ron Ellis, This guy's a 68 pounder. Shout out to my boy Ron Ellis.
That guy's a
That guy, every time I would wrap my hands, I'm like, this guy's not gonna work. Like, this guy's gonna try to knock me out. But that's what I need.
Yeah.
He's a 68 pounder, always sparring with Canelo, and fought Benavidez. So we're ready for whatever Canelo. If he wants to box, I'll box him. If he wants to bang, I feel I'll be the smarter one in there. So we got a game plan for him. I just want to show you guys Saturday.
So the plan is to stay at 154 and just let your body dictate before you move up to 160.
I made 154 quite easy. I think we're just gonna stay at 154. We'll see. I'll talk with my team. I have a tremendous team. I have a great manager, lawyer, Charles Liu, and we'll see what we do from this fight. But I just want to be focused on Saturday.
Junior, over here. The Netflix platform. Like, how important is that to fight on that for bringing kind of casual fans into boxing that may not know it, but it's on Netflix, they're going to push the button, they're going to be able to see you guys fight?
No, it's huge. You know, this opportunity on Netflix, I mean, you got to take your hat off to Dana White in Turkey, you know, for putting this together. I mean, this is a dream fight, almost a fantasy fight, and you're bringing new eyes to the sport of boxing. And, you know, you got to come in that. There's people like Jake Paul, there's people that bring different eyes to the sport, and if it brings more fans, why not? So we're just excited. I know all the fighters here are, you know, training very hard, and you know, we're very close to this big day, but I know we all got something to prove and to show the boxing world.
And Senior, can you talk about the importance of something like that for the sport of boxing, to open it up on Netflix?
It's huge. You know, like I said, you know, look, this is no mistake. We've been serving, I brought my kids to the Lord since they were babies. And so this is all God in the works right now. And He's the one directing it. And now He wanted Junior to be on this stage, and that's why He put him on.
He could have chosen anybody.
Anybody. Why did you pick Junior?
He could have chosen my younger brother Emiliano.
Yeah.
He could have chose, you know, these top world champions even. But like I said, God doesn't make mistakes. And I'm just so excited to show the boxing world what we've been working on. And this is a father-son team. I hear a lot of people talk about father-son teams. It doesn't work. And I think you just got to be comfortable as a junior. You're not your dad. You know, I'll never be this man. This man has huge shoes, and I'll never feel that. The only thing I could do is be the best junior possible and listen to my pops. The sky's the limit. So this junior team has worked father-son since the amateurs. I didn't even know how to throw straight punches, Dad. You know what I mean? Green. And we're here. Canelo, Crawford, co-main. God is the greatest.
Praise Jesus.
Hey, Junior, you talked a little bit about the opportunity, and there's a lot of chatter about this fight being a chance for a breakout for you or for Callum. What does a breakout look like to you? What do you think this fight needs in order to have it be a breakout for you?
A breakout fight, I think, will be just a phenomenal, you know, fight. Whether it's back and forth action, whether it's one-sided, this fight doesn't go the distance. I really feel we both got power, and we both got everything on the line, and we both feel it. So it only makes for a great fight. He has Irish, you know, blood running through his veins. You already know I'm Mexican, baby. No me se rajar, and I got the OG pops next to me. We're excited. We're excited to show how this is gonna end, and I feel I gotta stop him. I gotta either stop a Callum or knock him out because, you know, he has the backing of Dana and Turkey, which is great. I know boxing works, but this is gonna show what I'm about. That it doesn't matter who the favors are, who's the favorite. A good Callum will be a Vargas Jr. will be a good Callum, and I feel I'm just a better fighter.
Cynthia on the Best Ones Boxing Show, period. Apparently can you clarify, were you the one or someone on your team gave you the reason to post Tabitha Ritchie on your socials possibly?
I got nothing to say about anything about him and his team.
Fernando, buenas tardes para los dos. Preguntarte, este fin de semana se celebra el Día de la Independencia, la celebración acá en Estados Unidos. Entonces, me gustaría saber lo que representa para ti en esta fecha tan importante y que tu padre también llegó a protagonizar algunas peleas en esta fecha.
For everyone, this weekend, Mexican Independence Weekend, how important it is for you to represent Mexico on this day that your dad has been able to do as well.
Me emociona una pelea así, una pelea con Canelo, el apoyo del público mexicano. Ya sé que tengo mi papá aquí, entrenamos bien duro para esa pelea y quiero enseñar al público que Junior ya puede decir mi nombre con todos los 154 peleadores del mundo. Los Burgos, los Sanders. Esta pelea le va a enseñar al mundo que no nomás es un apellido, pero que sí tengo talento para esa división.
Very excited about this fight, to be in a card like this, and important, obviously follow the footsteps of my dad as well, with my dad being on my side, and for everyone that I can mention me with all the names, the Virgils, the Sanders out there, just, there's a name to it, and you better remember it.
Estoy emocionado para Junior. Eso todo el mundo va a ver quién es Fernando Vargas Jr. Junior, desde muy chiquito, ha pegado bien duro. Y van a ver todo el mundo que no es un récord inflado. Y claro que el récord tiene que ser inflado porque estamos peleando con novatos, subiendo hasta que llegamos a donde estamos ahorita. Pero el poder de mi hijo, van a ver, lo sacó de su papi. Y van a ver a todo el mundo que no es una mentira.
I'm very excited for the kid here. Everybody's gonna know who Fernando Vargas Jr. is. And I'll tell you what, since he was a kid, he had hit really, really hard. People talk about an inflated record, of course. We're coming up, we're beating the newcomers out there, we're building the record. So this is something, this record is not a lie. Everybody's gonna know who Fernando Vargas Jr. is.
No problem.